All right, one more from the floor here at CES in Las Vegas. I'm with Marissa, and we're with Tombot. And what you have in front of you is Jennie times two. And these are robotic dogs for dementia elderly seniors, yes? And what's so fascinating, for those that have been on the Future of Health journey with Deloitte, we've talked quite a bit around depression and other comorbid dynamics that affect the elderly. And historically, it's always a pharmacological alternative that tends to address these things. But we've consistently argued that there are ways to address depression, loneliness, isolation that may not be pharmacological in nature. And here's a phenomenal example of a robotic technology that is making some impacts. So Marissa, maybe tell us a little bit about where there's some traction here, what this is about, what sort of success you're seeing in the market.
Thank you, Neal. Jennie is a fully interactive robotic support animal intended specifically for seniors with dementia. The inspiration for Jennie was our founder's mother, Tom Stevens' mother, Nancy, who in 2011 was diagnosed with Alzheimer's dementia. He had to take away her dog for safety reasons. It was a rough day in their household. He looked for substitutes for companionship, found nothing, realized there was a gap in the market and that maybe technology could play a role. So we began testing all kinds of prototypes on over 700 seniors with dementia in the Los Angeles area to see what they preferred. And they wanted puppies. They wanted puppies that were as realistic as possible. So that's what we set out to do.
And I'm noticing as I pet Jennie, the tail starts to wag. So are these meant to be sort of native responses and sort of natural responses to the way you would engage with a real live flesh and blood dog?
Exactly. We wanted them to respond like a dog would. And because they are fully autonomous robots, we never know exactly how they will respond. They won't tell you the weather. I mean, you can ask them the weather and they'll probably answer like a dog would.
So, well, what's the success you're seeing in the market? What's the response been? And on the health side of the equation, what are you seeing moving here as dementia patients are actually handling these animals and sort of experiencing life with them?
Well, it's a pretty gratifying and amazing experience to take Jennie to an assisted living community, and she's visited many. The way the residents light up, sometimes people in memory care who have barely spoken to anyone in weeks, they will suddenly engage, smile, interact. They start talking to the dog. They start talking to us. They start talking to each other. And one of the problems associated with dementias, even when folks are living in group settings, they don't really interact with each other. They don't participate in activities. So this can help. And because it's a puppy and they have memories of their favorite puppies, they get talking about that and they can access some of those memories sometimes.
Has it translated into actual health outcomes at scale or as a trial been run here? Like, do you have a sense for if amount of time spent with Jennie results in lower pain medication or the ability to move people off drugs? Are you quite there yet? I know that's the intent, but
That is very much the intent, to reduce psychotropic use. These are very dangerous drugs prescribed to seniors with dementia. And yeah, Jennie is entirely safe. Our mantra is to do no harm. She's a sweet puppy. She doesn't have, teeth. She doesn't bite.
she doesn't walk, right? Because it doesn't
She does not.
with a tripping risk.
Exactly. And so we're now in development on various clinical studies, actually not just with seniors with dementia, with a host of other patient populations like children with autism, adults with PTSD. We've got a pediatric burn unit actually that we're going to be studying. We're just so excited that we might be able to help all of these other groups, and we want to see just what you're asking. We want to see exactly what therapeutic benefit we can provide, and we need data. And so we're on the precipice of being able to deliver robots to all of these wonderful studies so we can find out.
Got it. And so, we've been talking about this a lot. It's the first time we've really seen one on the floor at CES, so we're so excited for what's to come. Maybe last question for you, which is, next 12 months, what's the big hurdle here to get Jennie at scale? Is it the clinical trials and the data? Do you need more sort of knowledge and acceptance in the marketplace? Better familiarity with long-term care facilities? Like, what's the big hurdle right now for you all as Tombot as you're sort of rolling this out?
I would say it just takes a lot of capital and engineering power to bring a robot like this to market. Fortunately, you know, everybody, like hospitals, doctors, nurses, assisted living communities, they're all super excited about her. And so they're just anxious to get robots into their hands.
Wonderful. Well, fabulous. I appreciate your time. Jennie, coming to a home near you. Watch out for it. We're excited for what's to come. Thanks for your time. More from the floor here at CES in Las Vegas.